Good evening to everyone.
Good evening.
I'd like to call to order the Planning Commission meeting for November 20th, 2025. Roll call, Stuart.
Yes, sir. Chris Crawley. Here. Vivian Diggs.
Here.
Alan Garland.
Here.
John Cost. James Mitchell.
Here.
Roger McKinley. He called me and told me he's recovering from knee surgery. Mr. McKinley, he couldn't make it tonight. Mr. Patrick O'Brien.
Here.
Garfield Parker.
Here.
Heidi Wilkins Corey.
Here.
Charles Williams.
Here.
We have a quorum.
All right, thank you. Do invocation and pledge allegiance to the flag. You all stand. Invocation first. Father, I thank you for this day. I thank you for giving us the ability to make decisions for the county. We thank you for that responsibility. But we now ask you to guide us and direct our paths as you always have. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Right? Approval of the agenda for October 16th, 2025.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
I'm sorry, who seconded?
I did.
Okay, thank you.
and then approval for the agenda for November 20th,
Minutes.
2025 meetings,
Minutes.
minutes. Okay. We didn't approve the agenda for tonight, though. Did we?
So moved.
Okay, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
I'm sorry, who seconded that? Mr. Bryan was first.
Second.
I'm sorry.
approval of minutes for September 18th, 2025 meeting.
Move adoption.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, approved. And then we're going to approve the October 16th, 2025 meeting.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Fine, thank you. Commissioners' comments. Commissioners' comments. Any comments from the commissioners? Well, I think you ought to feel pretty good. I sat in on a meeting today of regional planning commission folk and board of supervisors. And even though we thought one time nobody was reading these documents, somebody read the entire Northumberland County Comprehensive Plan, and they liked it. And they said it was right on time. They made comments on different parts they said they liked about it. So you never know who's gonna read it. So thank you for the work and I congratulate you. Are there any more commissioner comments? Okay. Staff members.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that, we do have a conditional use permit for next month. So we will be meeting, and it's for an oversized boathouse.
Okay.
And I'll be sending that application out after Thanksgiving. But it's basically, if it goes above the, maximum criteria, then it automatically triggers a conditional use permit.
Not the US Navy, is it?
No, and it's not objected by the neighbors yet.
Navy.
But it is oversized, so that's what triggered the conditional use. Mr. Marston?
Ooh.
It's on Smith Point Road.
Yeah, so it's
a little white out there.
Rockall Creek, I think.
Cold Creek. Rockall.
Okay. Okay.
That's all.
Okay, I'd like to welcome you tonight. The citizens are here. Would anyone like to have a comment so long as it is not pertaining to what we're going to discuss tonight? Any comments? Right? Okay. Stuart, could you, we're gonna go into the public hearing items.
Yes, sir. I'll read the public hearing item and then go get the sign-in sheet. Request by John D. Runkle, owner, for a conditional use permit to allow a commercial kennel on property zoned A1 agriculture The property is shown as tax map parcel 15, double circle 1, lot 100, sublot A, and is located at 3150 Northumberland Highway.
Over there. Most of the big hardware, it's the side that. Yeah, you know where the hardware store is, and then there's a big bunch of trees, and it's just. Pretty. What you know, I think it's cool. Forget I mentioned, yeah. By the dog.
Okay. So is the applicant present? Okay, all right. So I'm gonna, you just present yourself first, if you would,
Sure.
and, yes, please. And if you would state your name, your address.
Hi, my name is John Runkle. I'm the owner of the property and the applicant. First, I want to apologize for wearing sweatpants tonight. Haven't worn a suit in a while and didn't realize how many pounds I put on since then. I apologize. And with me is Miss Athena Walters. She's going to be managing the kennel should we get the approval. She just came up here from the Franklin County Animal Shelter and has worked at a vet tech for many years after working at the Department of Agriculture for 16 years. Did I miss anything?
Okay, no.
Sorry. A little taller than normal. There we go.
Well, tell us a bit more about your business.
The kennel business, I've just recently moved here.
Okay.
And because I have both Miss Walters and her husband, who have experience in it, we are kind of dog lovers. And we decided that it would be a business that would be profitable in the area. We're away from anybody. And we did a little bit of market research and realized that there is a need for it in the area. There is a dog kennel, I think, here in Heathville, but they're usually booked up. And so we decided, I did think I was moving here to retire, but some things happened and, you
I
know,
know the feeling, yeah.
it didn't quite work out the way I expected. So that's why it just seems like a good business. I'm the world's oldest dad. I have a 4, 6, and 8-year-old, and I'm 64, and I have full custody of them. That's a story for another day. But anyways, and they also are animal lovers, and I'm gonna be using them down the road. They're going to be involved in it, and they're just excited as could be.
So what sorts of facilities will be there? I mean, I assume obviously cages and that sort of stuff, but tell us a bit more about the.
Yeah, the 10 kennels that they're being built by Bruiser Kennels. It comes with an office and 10 kennels. It takes 6 to 8 weeks for construction. Obviously, I haven't pulled that trigger yet because I have to get the approval. So after I get the approval, it'll be 6 to 8 weeks before they're completed. These are commercially built kennels, Bruiser, BRUSCR. I think I might have sent a picture of okay, I did. Okay, yeah. They actually haven't built the 10 kennel one yet. And they were kind of excited. They go, we haven't had an order for the 10 kennel one yet. So that is kind of a representative of what it would look like, but it's only 4 kennels, but it would look very similar to that. Heated and air conditioned. There'll be an office building in it for the manager or who's ever watching the dogs at the time.
So the kennels themselves, the cages will be indoors and not outdoors?
Well, there's an outdoor area just like you see there, and then there's an indoor area.
Okay.
So in inclement weather or something, I don't know if you see the little doors at the bottom, the dogs can go in through that into the inside if it's raining or if it's too cold into the heated or air conditioning.
Okay.
And we're also gonna have a compound area where we can let them run and stuff, if it's long-term or something and they want them exercised, so, yeah.
Will it be staffed 24 hours a day or just daily?
Probably 12 to 14 hours a day, nighttime. I do intend on having camera systems up where we can monitor it though, so. Cause dogs have a way of getting into trouble. You know, just, they're worse than horses sometimes. Okay, sorry, does that answer your question?
Yes.
And how far is the setback from Northumberland Highway and what will be visible from the highway? itself?
Nothing, you can't even see my house from the highway.
Okay.
I mean, it's way hundreds of yards.
On the screen is a map.
Oh, okay.
There's a bit of a hill right next to 360, so
Okay.
you really can't see anything at all Can't see the house, can't see anything back
and
there
it's nothing but woods and
from the highway.
woods behind us. The only person that would even be able to hear anything would be, the lady I bought the property from, Joyce Elf. I don't know, any of you know her. And she actually built a house right next door, but she has no problem with it at all, so.
I had never had a dog in North in this quantity, but I'm curious, and this is sort of a generic question. Dogs produce, they have an output system,
Yes.
what happens to what they produce?
That's a good question, and that's why Miss Walters is here. They had a system at the shelter that we're going to try to model after. I mean, it could be just as simple as the pooper scooper into a trash cans and off to the dump with it. I don't think it's gonna be that, the kennels are that, full. I think they have kind of a system there that we're gonna look at, that it kind of goes into a, what'd you say, kind of a shredder?
Connected.
Kind of, yes.
For the Humane Society there, and it actually went into the toilet, and then a shredder that fine shredded it and into the toilet.
Now, we don't have any plans on putting a new septic system in at this time, but if we got that busy or something and it was necessary, then I probably would. But at this point, I think just the pooper scooper and the bags will work. With 10 kennels, it shouldn't be too big of a deal, and shredding dog poop doesn't sound like real fun to me.
No.
How many animals?
10 maximum,
When you say kennel, are we talking boarding, training, breeding? What are we talking?
No training, no breeding, just boarding. We will probably run a doggy daycare business because we've had a lot of requests for people that leave, work in Fredericksburg and stuff. So we'll have an area where they can drop off the dogs during the day and pick them up in the evening.
Okay.
But we're not gonna do any breeding. I'm not a big lover of breeding anyways. Too many breeders, my opinion.
But grooming, will there be a grooming component?
We're considering it. We haven't really looked that far into it. I haven't had anybody really ask about it. I'll tell you what, I'm not grooming any dogs, but we may end up if we have a need for it and there's a groomer who wants a job grooming dogs, then we would consider it.
You know, things like that, you know.
And there are some conditional conditions that would be put on the permit. I assume that you've seen them?
I have, yes.
Okay, and you're okay with them?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I expected all of those anyways, really.
Okay.
Yeah, so. Did I hear you say that you're gonna have a bath and nails and that kind of a thing, but maybe not a total grooming?
Bath, the nails and things like just the minor things for anybody that's staying.
Yeah, we could probably give it an option to get it, but full grooming, we don't have on the table right now, but we may do it eventually, but.
I just want to make sure I'm hearing right. You're saying for anybody who's boarding a dog, I'm asking, really, are you gonna just bring it in to get a bath and that kind of thing, in and out, that kind of thing?
The bath and nails, we can accommodate that.
That's what I'm trying to find out. So it'll be both, not just the ones that are staying.
Every couple of weeks, when I come in and get a bath, and that's it. Yeah.
Never really considered that, but that's probably would be fairly simple, I would think.
So with your conditional usage, you said you accepted all of those?
Yes, I don't see any problem with any of them.
Okay. Question, commissioners? So there'll be a large fenced area.
Yes.
What's the name of it gonna be?
I'm not sure yet, and I'm not sure whether I'm gonna run it under a sole proprietorship or an LLC. During the 6 to 8 weeks I have for the kennels being built, I'll probably determine that. I can never come up with a good name, but they're tough.
Thank you. You say a large fenced in area. I drove in there. I saw this coming up and I drove back, and you're right, you were way back there. It looks good.
Thank you.
But how big an area are you gonna have just for the dog?
For the dog runs to let him out
No.
or for the kennel?
Yeah, the kennel.
Well, the kennel is, what is it, 10 foot wide by? 10 kennels,
You said you're gonna have like an exercise area.
Oh,
How big is that?
150 by 150.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Sorry, I didn't know what that, I thought you were asking about the kennel size.
Heidi, question?
No, well, just if you, are you gonna be putting signage up on 360?
Yes. Which I don't know the restrictions on that yet, but I'll have to find that out, but we do plan on putting a sign, yes.
Mr. Crawley, question? Williams? Question?
As far as I'm concerned, that's for anybody that wants to put a kennel up, that's ideal, what he's got in this situation.
Thank you.
Everybody's agreeable to it, so.
I haven't had any complaints. I sent out pre-letters, I guess, to everybody too, just in case, but nobody really called, so.
Mr. Crawley?
Good, thank you.
All right. Okay. Now I'm going to open up for public hearing, for public comment. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
And on our sheet, we put a public hearing, we have Athena. Okay, good for you. Okay. Do you have anything? Okay. And John, that's you? Okay,
Check online.
okay. Anybody online?
No online.
No one online, okay. All right, all right. Okay. No more questions from the commission?
No.
Satisfied with the conditional use? Okay. And Stu, is there any more work that needs to be done? I noticed he said that stuff like signage and stuff, that's got to still come back.
That's covered with the conditional use, condition that says all necessary permits and licenses shall be obtained. And Mr. Marston, will work with the applicant if y'all grant it, or the board grants it, to, help him fill out the sign application.
Okay. Okay. And you don't have any questions or anything?
No, sir.
Okay. Ms. Marston, no questions or anything?
No, sir. I mean,
Okay, I'm turning it back to the commission
You want to close the public hearing now?
and we'll close the public hearing,
Comment? Okay.
comment period. Okay, it's before the commission.
Wants to make a motion.
I'll make that motion if I don't have to read that verbiage.
You do.
I move that we accept the conditional use permit from Mr. Runkle and with the adoption of the recommendations that have been provided by the county.
Okay, Stu, does he have to read the,
Yeah, I have to read that whole damn thing.
I'm trained there.
This motion is made in due consideration of the administrative record before the body, including the planning commission's deliberations and recommendation, the information received in the public hearing, including statements offered by staff, the applicant, and members of the public health and safety, the general welfare of the community, public necessity, convenience, and the exercise of good zoning practices and the body's legislative prerogative, and pursuant to the body's statutory authority.
Second.
Second your motion.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you. Okay,
Good luck.
all right.
So this is just a recommendation to the Board of Supervisors. So we recommend to the Board of Supervisors to approve it. And then there'll be another public hearing in December. Well,
Yes, I think.
the Board of Supervisors
Right.
meet in December. I'm sorry. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Don't pull the trigger on the.
Yes, sir. It'll be 7 PM as well. And they will ask sort of the same sort of questions and people can comment then. And then the Board of Supervisors will make a decision and they have the authority to grant the permit to you. So you cleared the first hurdle. Yes, we'll send you out a notice for the board meeting. And I'll send you a letter stating that the planning commission recommended approval.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Mhm.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Work session items.
Yes, sir. Comprehensive plan. Just to give you a little update, I sent the comp plan to VDOT the same day that I sent it to DEQ, and VDOT's a little slower, so I called. Well, I emailed the lady November 10th and asked what a timeline was for VDOT to review the comp plan, and I did not hear back from her, so I called her today, and she said it'll be here tomorrow. But, you know, I said, well, I'm calling because the meeting's tonight, so I need to give y'all an update. I'm gonna be taking some vacation for Thanksgiving, so probably be December before I start working on that, but we'll do the same sort of thing. We'll make the changes. Y'all either approve them, reject them, or revise them. And then once we get the DEQ, we'll also do the Department of Forestry. Those are just recommendations, updated data that I'll do as well. And then once we get those, we can send it back to the board. I looked in the past comp plan revisions and there was a resolution. So once we get everything done to update the comp plan for the reviews, then we can do a resolution to the board that say, we'd like you to adopt.
You've had an example of that?
Yes, from last time, from 2016. Yes.
Is there any reason why John can't? In his email, he suggests he makes the changes. Just for layout and control.
That's the only thing that we are unclear. So if we approve all of the amendments that Stuart's got, that's
If we,
formatting.
yeah, if the plan commission approves the substantive meat of the text changes, then formatting is all, I'll be glad to let Mr. Cost do any format he wants to do.
When do we get to see it? As a new man on the block, I don't know the ins and outs of this. When do we get to see that?
The version now or after amended?
I haven't seen anything. so
Yeah, so we need to get you that. I hope you have a lot of free time over Thanksgiving.
I do.
Okay. But
I'm flying back and forth, so I'll just.
oh, plenty. Captive audience. Great.
Would y'all like to start off with the email? I guess that's the logical place to start.
Yes.
Which,
From
The one you didn't get.
Valette.
you know, I can just get a copy of it. And if you're doing this for me, don't do that.
We're gonna go through the amendments real quick.
Okay, thank you.
Stuart, I don't know if we need to do all this.
Okay, if everybody's read that,
I'm going to move the adoption of the changes that Stuart has recommended as a result of the comments from Virginia Department of Environmental Quality.
Second.
Objection? All in favor? Okay, motion passes.
Nice job, by the way. Good job.
Okay, well, that's all I've got.
Well, again, like I said, I've looked over some of the regional comprehensive plans and they seem to think that Northumberland has some very impressive comprehensive plan. So
Mention the thing you said about the survey at the end.
yeah, I think Richmond County was there, Middlesex, I think Essex. And one of the things that he was saying was that he was impressed with the end of the document survey. And he said that they were probably going to adopt something very similar. But it says a lot about it. I think Richmond County made a point that a lot of people don't like solar energy. They don't like it. But their problem is that they had to do something to ensure revenue be coming in. A lot of people don't want it in their backyard, but they don't want to raise their taxes either. And so I thought that was a very true statement, but you know.
The two jails, I guess, were not enough income for them.
No.
Their taxes are really high compared
Is that
to
right?
other counties, yeah, around here.
I drove down to my marina in Barnum earlier this week, and that solar facility down there off Monroe, oh my, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. They're gonna run out of road pretty soon.
Well, and he was, and I was telling you that there were no solar panels and solar farms in Northumberland. because nobody wants it in their own backyard, of course. But for a revenue source, you know, and he made the point, I don't like them, I hate them, but it's a revenue source. And I think that, even Northumberland's gonna have to really start concentrating on revenue sources and where you're gonna get it from. Because if you keep on doing the same thing you've been doing, you're gonna keep on getting the same results. So,
To that point, not in our backyard, and this Board of Supervisors has expressed that very clearly as well. I'm wondering if it makes sense for us to be proactive and approach the company that's doing all the work down in Richmond County about the adjacent land along Ridge Road. Because it's, you know, it's sort of the end of the road for us in many ways as well. So just something to think about.
which would be ideal simply because there are no houses around and you don't have to go too far to carry that line over to the Richmond County side.
That's gonna be
It's right across the road.
That's right.
So, if there was ever a chance of doing so, it would probably be that property right there. So, you know, I don't know how you feel about it, but, anybody want to raise taxes next year? So,
Already done.
Well, just for y'all's update, in July, the General Assembly passed, and I just skimmed it, so I don't have all the details, but basically, if the solar facility generates more than 5 megawatts or covers more than 10 acres and impacts prime farmland or forest land, then the solar developer will have to buy a conservation easement of like land. So if it's ag land, he's got to buy a conservation easement for the same amount of land that he is impacting with the solar farm.
wow.
It's sort of like a wetland mitigation bank sort of thing, but you're paying somebody else to someplace else, some other place, and somebody else to pay to keep their land in ag, and the ag land has to in the conservation easement say it's allowed to be cropped. And
Does it have to be in the jurisdiction? So is Richmond
I
County?
don't know. I didn't get that part, whether it's a watershed or it's the county or what. But so that's going to be another thing to jump through
I
regardless.
was asking Richmond County about that, because that facility down there.
But it's any project that gets approved for the JVM interconnection fee after July 1st, 2025. So all the ones that are in the hopper and being built right now don't have to do it. So any new ones would have to comply with that. So that's something else. You know, a lot of groups are saying that it's impacting our forest resources and our ag land. And, you know, the ideal place would be in a farm field with poor soils that doesn't have a high output, and hopefully not a lot of topography, because the more topography, the more runoff problem you have.
So because you're parking lot, you're not a farm or a forest. I get it, but you go for it.
You would like a board supervisor report? The board did approve the Red Oak LLC applicant for the retail, light industry retail next to Ditchley.
Okay.
And they did discuss as well the dog issue. I believe we talked about this at the last meeting. There was a lady that came and spoke and said she would like the county to classify chickens as pets because the dogs can kill chickens, and state law says it takes the dog has to kill 3 chickens before he's considered dangerous. And if we make it a pet, then it's only 1 pet they kill, and then it's a dangerous dog. And anyway, the county attorney weighed in on it and said that a county can't define chickens as pets because the state already defines it as livestock. And that 1 livestock death is enough to declare a dangerous dog. And that our attorney met with the Commonwealth attorney and the county and the sheriff, and basically stated, looked over our ordinance and how it could be prosecuted, and said that we could declare dangerous dogs with our existing ordinance. That he didn't think we needed to strengthen it, that we could do it now, and that chickens are livestock, and one livestock kill can make a dog classified as dangerous. So they're still looking at the ordinance, and they may do something in a specific area of the county, I believe, down near Mila. But they're still gonna think about it some more, but they've examined it, and like I said, had the meeting, and they feel that the ordinance is strong enough to declare dangerous dogs. They did kill livestock. Of course, you have to have a record of that or some kind of proof of that.
What's the result of being declared a dangerous dog?
I think you have to be put down, but I'm not sure.
Killing one chicken.
not
No,
sure.
they put stipulations on it, like it has to be contained. If it's out, it has to be on a leash, stuff like that. They
And I
don't,
feel
they don't put it down
bad
right away.
And if it does it again.
First offense, they don't put it down right away. If he keeps doing it, if it, well, if,
That labs,
and if it,
birds, I mean.
yeah. If it keeps doing it, then, well, that goes back to, that means he's not meeting the stipulations that were set the first time. You know, they're letting him roam or whatever.
The other night, the Board of Supervisors also approved a resolution addressing that dredging issue that we put in these comprehensive plan. So that hopefully that gets moving. It's entirely a funding issue at this point.
How about the school well? Does anything happen? That you know about?
They've got an extension from DEQ. I'm not sure how many years. I think it might be 2 years, but they got an extension from DEQ. And if anyone wants to be on the capital improvement subcommittee in the spring, I'm sure you can learn all you want to know, or maybe more than you need to know about the sewer system and the schools and a bunch of different stuff. So I just want to put that out there that, of course, at the beginning of the year, we'll have a complicated capital improvement plan subcommittee meet that we'll need to staff with
It pays really well, right?
two people and the chairman. And they'll probably, we usually have, what, 3-4 meetings usually for that.
Right.
But of course, that's coming up as well in the new year.
Still, has there been a high volume of requests for new wells? People have to redig wells because the aquifer has fallen.
I'm really not plugged into that. I don't know. I mean, that would be a health department question.
So you'd have to go to health department, talk to them.
Mhm. No, I just seem to see a lot of digging going on for new wells. Yeah. You know.
Well, I mean, like I said, I don't think the aquifer stabilized yet. I still think it's moved down.
Mostly artesian.
The issue of the aquifer was discussed at the Northern Neck District Planning Council meeting in April. There was a presentation. And there is some mitigation going on, but one of the things they have discovered is that of all the water coming out of the aquifer, there is by far one largest consumer, by far.
Oh, yeah.
It's the paper plant.
West Point.
Yeah. So,
Oh, there was talk of, they use water to blow, high pressure hoses to blow the bark off the trees. And they say they can't use the river water because it's too corrosive because of salt. And 10 years ago, 15 years ago, they had a project they were thinking of connecting HRSD, Hampton Road Sanitation District, to use the treated wastewater for that. But the cost of the pipeline is just too far to pump it there. But yeah, there's a big giant cone of depression, West Point. And then Southern Maryland, they take a bit of water too.
Yeah, yeah.
maybe they need to move the plant closer to Hampton Road. Whatever.
Look, I know Caroline County was considering drawing from the Potomac, which means,
Well, I think Spotsylvania is already drawn from the Rappahannock.
right.
They created a new inlet. And that's the state's plan, is to get more municipalities that are above the salt or the fall line where it's fresh water to tap into surface water resources as opposed to groundwater resources. In addition, those counties that are near the fall line are the ones that have the thinnest layers of aquifers. So they will be impacted first with regards to groundwater. It slopes and gets deeper as you go to the Chesapeake Bay. So we have 600, 700 feet of water bearing rock, and up there it's like a couple hundred.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay,
How about Gardy's Mill Pond? They-
Did you see the Echo?
Not today.
Yeah, the Echo has a picture of it. It's sad. The road is ended, they put riprap on both sides, so there's a Westmoreland Road and there's a Northumberland County Road, and there's a big gap where water goes through. And they said they're still working on it, but the water levels are low, but, I know in the past, there's been dams over, roads over dams in James City County, down at Kissinger's Mill Pond, and VDOT will not put a road on a dam. And the only way that road ever gets fixed is the landowner pays to repair the dam. Then they may put the road up, but it's, if you want to go to Gardy's Mill Pond from Northumberland, you have to go out on 202 and go into Westmoreland, come around, come back that way to the boat ramp.
There's the landowner went on the road.
They own the dam.
The landowner owns a dam.
VDOT doesn't own any dams. The one in James City County went so long that, the, wetland vegetation, I think it's 3 years, wetland vegetation started growing, and then the state said that that's a vegetative wetland and you can't destroy the vegetative wetland by covering it with water. So even if the landowner had the millions of dollars to fix the dam, the environmental regulations wouldn't let you do it. And how Chandler's Milk Pond got around that, I don't know. I guess it's because the state impoundment it. I don't know.
It's public bill fund makes no.
It-
Public works makes no.
Well, VDOT is about saving money. We have one of the largest road networks in the 50 states, as far as road miles. And, you know, they've been trying to say, they cut back the mowing, you know, that was 10 years ago or so, save money. But, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying a local district said this, but, VDOT policy is they basically will never put a road on a dam again. And any road that's damaged, then the dam has to be fixed, and then they'll consider putting a road back on it. But I'm pretty sure Guardian's gonna be the way it is. I mean, they may put some kind of structure in the gap to raise the water level a little bit, like spillway or something, I don't know. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the way it is,
Possible county.
most definitely. And anybody that lives on Guardian's Mill Road. Wow. Right.
public comment.
John's point earlier about the crew that came in at EDC for this week. I was tasked with writing a letter of support. And in doing so, I wanted to make sure I crossed all my T's. The situation is really bad. I mean, it's really bad. Since the dredging. We're in a bad way because those gyms actually closed, and I think they're really. There's a number of oyster farmers and crab farmers that are up there doing business in the little Comico, like they will lose their ability to go back and forth jetties. That and the ecotourism is already being impacted. And I say that in personal experience. So it's a big deal, and it's good that the Board of Supervisors did a resolution to support it, but I don't know how far that actually gets us as far as moving earth and making it happen.
The next step is a JPA, and that has to be filed with the state. And after that, and once that's approved, then the only holdup is money. Yeah, and then getting the outfit that can mobilize to the place in a short period of time. Mobilization is more than half the cost
Okay,
of dredging.
did anybody, since the other night, has anybody ever been able to get a hold of Jared?
I don't know, Drew was gonna take care of that. Jerry Davis from the Neck District Planning Council. I was gonna suggest to Sandy Maynard and her crew, to the point of Stuart was just making about moving earth, is that every time they do one of these road shows, everyone should grab a bucket of silt and bring it, just dump it. Eventually, the creek would be reopened that way.
Big fucking.
I move we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you. Same to you.